And we're seeing at Trimarc the same mistakes that were done on-prem being done in the cloud in Azure, Azure AD now, Entra ID, where you have user accounts that are members of highly privileged groups called roles. We've gone through and actually mapped out the roles that are in Entra ID to then, there's 100 now, Dave. There's 100 roles that have some level of privilege in Entra ID at this point. Microsoft has about 26 or so of them that are tagged as privileged at this point. We've gone through and identified which ones that we consider level 0, which is effectively tier 0, and which ones are level 1, effectively tier 1, according to the old tiering model, because it's very confusing. Like Microsoft tags global admin as privileged, but also global reader is privileged. And those are two totally different levels of privileges on different levels of the scale. So to make it easier for our customers to understand things, and I did a couple talks recently about detailing this, and we're going to have an article out soon that'll have this information so that others can use it in their own organizations to better understand what the privileges are with these roles and why they matter. Something I noticed years ago was the hybrid identity administrator role, which I found in 2021. I reached out to Microsoft and I'm like, this is basically global admin part 2. Like, what are you doing here? And it took about a year of them working through and reducing it, because the challenge that I see Microsoft having is they're like, okay, we need to build it so that people can use it, and then we'll figure out the delegation and the ways that people are using it, which I understand, right? I understand that perspective. And that's why we have 100 roles versus the original handful that we had. But the other reality is organizations, now that they have 100 role options, should be custom crafting, like, what are the combinations of those roles that enable the people that work and in their role, their job role, to be able to do the things they need to do. Obviously, it's not global admin, but what is that combination? So Microsoft kind of made hybrid identity administrator overpowered. They pulled it back. I was watching the permissions. They pulled it back, then they added some more back, and now it can control federation, which basically puts it at level 0. So and then there's a great article about that as well. So we'll get that article published soon in the next few weeks or so that way everyone can go ahead and read it and have that information. But it's in the slides that I did in my recent talks.